My article looks at, very briefly, at 5 areas of change that have emerged during the pandemic lockdown, and that I think will shape and continue on into the post-pandemic world. The first is the huge shift to online. It won't be a complete online world, far from it, but a far greater number of things will be able to be done online, in part, some of the time. Secondly, the way in which supply chains have been shown to be very vulnerable to shutdowns in far distant places, China, or where we've lacked particular industries. We will need a public debate about what our priorities are and how to achieve greater resilience. Many countries and communities have clapped their essential workers, but those workers are often very low paid and their jobs are insecure. That may well change in the future as we genuinely value them, and we will need to pay for that in new ways. Also, companies themselves and how organisations across the board have responded. They may well be judged, and some will be found wanting, others will be found to have done really well by their employees or their customers, helping them and supporting them through the bad times. Those decisions may well come home to roost in either good ways or bad ways after the pandemic lockdown. And finally, our public spaces. We've all rejoiced in quieter streets, birdsong, nature, and all sorts of things during the lockdown. The insecurity that we face while we wait for a vaccine to be found will mean that we need to continue to social distance and take care. We will need more spaces. We will need healthier cities so that we can walk and be safe, inside and out. Offices, public spaces of all sorts will need to be redesigned and rethought in our response in a post-pandemic world. And the interesting thing is that some of these changes may well combine and create a real demand for much wider change in terms of making it a fairer world, a more inclusive world, and fundamental changes to either capitalism and how the economy works. Thank you very much.